Thanks a lot for taking this attempt of the exam. As I was pointing out, it is a few weeks now since you have started practicing, you started reading. Your maturity level should have improved. Can I consider it's improved a little bit? Happened? Is it? Okay, quickly let me hear from at least a couple of you. How is your performance today? General open question. How is your performance today?
Last week I scored only 25%, but this week I scored 43%. Like slight improvement is there, but still I need to put my efforts more.
But definitely it is not the same question. It's a different question. Did you found your question reading ability has improved, changed?
Yes, but still I'm facing difficulty in understanding the questions. Maybe I'm not a native speaker, so still I'm facing difficulties.
That's true, right? That's true. How many of you feel that what Rupesh mentioned happens with you? Even though you're reading books, even though you're practicing questions, still you feel that you're not able to exactly say that this is the right answer. Still you have the struggle. Is happening for some of us?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll agree to that because, in fact, I studied more in the last week and I thought I'll get good score. Last week it was for 58. This
Okay.
time it is 43. So maybe it's somewhere I need to focus on rather than studying, like understanding the questions better. Pay
No,
more
no.
focus.
I will put it this way. What you did is right, which means when you start understanding the content, your question reading ability also improves. What happens is there is a stage, there is a curve where your scores will go down and come back, which means you get more focused on reading, and for one answer, you take a long time to analyze. And sometimes you know that's right answer, but your another brain will tell, let's take the other one. This is the stage of maturity happening. First time when you took a test, you did bluntly. You don't know which one is right, which one is wrong. Just you click, you got an answer. You are happy. Now you are a little matured. In Agile, they call us a shu-ha-ri. If you read in the books of Japanese model, shu-ha-ri. It's a stage-by-stage improvement. The first stage, you know what to do, or you don't know what to do, then you know what to do, then you become to a subconscious level, you do really good. So don't worry about that. But I'll align with you on one point. Look out your question reading ability. Am I able to read what the question paper is asking, or am I reading what I want to read? Many times when you open a newspaper, you want to read what you want to know, right? Some political news they read, even I have heard in my family, they'll read what all bad about some political party. There are many good things also written, they don't read about it, which means our brain is on selective reading. Your brain is not to the level of what actually a project manager from PMI perspective. But will it happen overnight? Answer is no, it will take some more time, right? So I appreciate it, Gaurav. Thanks for giving that feedback. Any other feedback to hear of exam today?
Hi, this is Sudhir. I passed last week, and this time it is reduced to 53%.
Okay.
Major down in the scores. I don't understand how.
Did you check the astrology for today? Is it looking good? The stars are good?
I didn't. I should have.
Okay. Back on this part. What was the difference from last time to this time? Question intensity was heavy.
I don't know. Maybe possibility, but maybe it looks like maybe focus would have reduced a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe I was more comfortable that okay, now this I can pass.
You started feeling that okay, I'm in a better stage now. Okay, I see that. Okay, in this PMP exam, till you reach the finish line, you have to still maintain the same rhythm. When I say the finish line, the day when you write 180 question, when you click the 180th question, you click submit button. Until then, we have to hold that rhythm. So that's pretty important. Now, another question to you: how was your time management of this 40 questions?
Very comfortable. I think I finished 10 minutes earlier.
10 minutes earlier. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sudhir, for sharing that input. Any other input about the exam today?
Hi Shriram, this is Avinash.
Hey, Avinash.
Yeah, it's been almost 3 attempts I've been making to answer this 40 marks question.
Okay.
And this is the first time I could attempt it, and I could make a full attempt, and I got some 68%. I'm planning to
Nice.
write the exam in the month of first week of May, but my
Very good.
reading abilities is stopping me from taking it. I've already booked the exam for 2nd of May.
Oh,
But I'm looking forward. If I've still not completed Rita, last 3 chapters are pending for me.
pending there. Okay. Usually, the moment you pay the fee, suddenly you will turn into Spider-Man and Superman. Have you realized that?
That I'm trying to be, but I'm not able to.
Yeah. Until you pay the fee, you won't feel it. Once you pay the fee, what happens is like Spider-Man to start trying it. Any web is coming out. You start trying every
I've
morning.
already paid the fees, booked the exam.
But is your wife aware that you paid the fees?
Yeah, she's aware.
That's important, okay? Because and she makes you a Spider-Man, really. Okay.
I'm waiting for.
Anyway, now coming out of it, since May is a good time now, since you have 3 more chapters, please close that. Once you close the chapter, what we will do is we'll hit one full exam.
Okay.
Because I found one thing, Avinash, not only with you, with everyone. First 20-30 questions, people struggle. And after 20-30 questions, they find the rhythm and start answering better. In a 180 question exam, it's like a test match. They initially struggle, they pick up. Maybe when you're practicing these 40 questions, before even you understand what is the exam, 40 questions over. And you didn't get the rhythm at all. Could be for some of us. So let us see that you complete your chapters. Then we'll go for the 180 exams. And let's see how it is how we are performing there. That also helps us. Yeah.
No, now since if before 30 days I have to postpone, so the 30th is the day. So if I complete 3 chapters by 30th, then I thought I will not postpone. Otherwise, I intend to postpone.
I would recommend don't think for postponing right now.
Okay.
Even if you want to postpone it, it should be of any emergency situation, not because of you're not reading. There is something called Parkinson's law, which says that work expands to the time what we have, right? Or work shrinks to the time what we have. If I give another 6 months, we may be in the same position only, maybe a little more learned.
Correct. No, that is how I've been happening to me.
Yeah, so let it be as it is, and let us proceed it. I will be with you. Keep sharing me your scores on your progress or with me in the WhatsApp, so I know that where you stand. Don't miss this weekly test. Whether you get good score or bad score, be here.
Okay.
It is now March 25th. You should start your full exam practice by at least April 10th.
Okay.
April 10th should be your first full exam. And imagine you score 60, 65, something like that. Then you start tuning it. We'll take another 5 full exams and go for the main exam. Yeah, that's how it works. Until you have some family function happening or maybe your job switch, something is happening, don't postpone it. Do the exam.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I have a few hands up there. I'm going to talk to them to listen to the questions. Anyone is going for the exam also, please put your hands up. I'll come in an order. We will talk about how is your preparation towards the examination. Yeah, it could be PMP. It could be PMI ACP. We have introduced PMI ACP as a product package. What does it mean? Last class's recording is shared with the people who want to go to ACP exams. And there is a WhatsApp group for them. And they prepare towards the ACP examination, and they can also be part of these classes today or QA session today. So we may have some people from ACP also. Now, I have Prince, Puneet, Sri Ranjani, Malik Nidhi, Vinay, Rohit, Gautam, Prithvi, Harapriya. Okay, nearly have 10 people I have with the questions. In this, some of them will have exam questions, some of them will have general questions. So if you have an exam questions, have 2 questions per person. We will complete all. If you have more time, we'll come back to your third question. Is the deal good for us? Right? Okay, we have another 45 minutes. Let's use this time to learn some factors. We'll start with Prince Jose. Mr. Prince, how are you? It's good to see. If you guys want to show your face, it'll be nice to have face-to-face conversation. Yes, Prince.
Good, Frida. Can I get a permission to share my screen?
Sure, Prince, you can go for it. Yes, right now.
So Ram, you're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, visible.
Yeah. So I have two questions. The first question, basically, I don't know the answer. This was discussed in the PMI ACP group. Still not able to conclude.
Where this question came from? Weekly exam.
This is from somewhere from the internet.
Portal.
Similar kind of questions I got it. Yeah. So this question, can I read the question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So at the retrospective, the burn down chart shows that the project is slightly behind the schedule. The project team identify an inexperienced software engineer as the source of reduced velocity. How should the project team address this issue? Re-estimate the story point. Ask the product owner to reprioritize the user stories. Pair programming. Assign less complex user story to the inexperienced software engineer at the next iteration.
Okay. What was, before I answer something on this, have you worked in Agile environment?
Not Srila.
Not much. So, but you're reading Agile Practice Guidebook and some portion of Agile as well?
Correct.
You're reading. So, you're from current PMP batch?
No. PMP I completed. So just
this is ACP, right?
ACP. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your current ACP group, right? You're in the group. Okay.
Yeah.
That is where this discussion happening. When you read the PMP, you had Agile by the time?
Yes.
So you did the exam after that. Very good. Nice. So you have some flavor of Agile. Very good. I know some answer would have been declared in the WhatsApp group. I don't want to go the answer right away. We'll come to that answer a little later. I will see anyone in this room who are also working in Agile or learning in Agile. What is the thought perspective here? That's the second choice I'm going to do. Before that, I want to listen from your perspective. Since you read PMP, since you read Mike Griffith book for ACP, what was your thought running when you answered this question?
So I was thinking the pair programming, so that the fresher and the experienced person can work together. And
very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So pair programming could have improved a person who is struggling there. Okay. All right. I buy this answer. But at the same time, in the question they're asking, how should the project team address this issue? So there is a problem popped up. For this problem, they want to find a solution. What is the problem? The problem's feel is we are running late. Could be a reason one of the member not doing. But this is experienced, or this is common in Agile teams where you won't have everyone as equal level of knowledge. And we call it as a self-organized and a cross-functional team. Okay, that is how we look into Agile factors. Okay, I'll give a little pause here. Any one of you working in Agile here, have you or are you recognizing this kind of problem in your system? Any thoughts on this? Not even one work in Agile? Surprisingly. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Sridhar.
Yeah.
Even this is Prithvi. Yeah. Even I'm also thinking about C, but little bit doubt on D also. The answer should be in between C and D.
Okay.
Mostly I prefer for C only.
Okay. Makes sense. Why you had doubt with the D is the word assign.
Assign. Oh, then definitely I go for C. Assignment should not happen in Agile. I was under impression that taking. Yeah. I couldn't read properly. C is the correct answer.
When you say assign, it looks like someone is deciding who has to do. Of course we can, but this is a knowledge-based work. A person who could not do better last time can do better now based on the retrospective and performance improvement. So that is possible. In that case, assigning looks a little more coming away from self-organized. When you say self-organized, we talk to each other, we know what to do. Whereas suggesting pair programming looks better. What about the B? I'm asking with the Prince. Prince, what do you think about B?
I don't think reprioritization can help actually. But I have a doubt on A actually, because re-estimation, maybe because that person is taking a story of bigger story, maybe can be a chance of.
Okay, let us take this way. If we re-estimate a work from 3-point story to 8 points. For a person who don't know what is points, let's keep it like this. Instead of a 3 days work, you are making that as a 8 days work. Now your project timeline will overall.
Yeah, okay. It was.
Yeah.
Slightly we get it same. Yeah. Schedule.
I'm not sure how good by re-estimating will help. One is, we know that it's a self-organizing cross-functional team. In that we will help each other. When you say we'll help each other, pair programming could be one of that. It is not the only solution. Could be one of that, to sit with this person, handhold, and see where he or she is struggling. Could be one of the way to improve the team velocity. So what you chosen or thought aligns better choice comparing to other. Okay.
Thank you, Sriram.
Perfecto.
I have one more question, but
yes,
that is from our Sriram Mokulli. So this question is basically, I just want to know the difference between conditions of satisfaction and DOD and acceptance criteria. The condition of satisfaction is same as acceptance criteria or DOD. The reason why I'm asking is there are a lot of questions with the conditional satisfaction coming. Who determine the conditional satisfaction? When is the user story considered as finished? So there also conditional satisfaction met. And whether the user story completed 100% is done. So there also conditional satisfaction met. So just want to know, I mean, this question answer is right only, definition of done only, but just want to know conditional satisfaction versus acceptance criteria versus definition of done. Is it same or all three are different? Little bit, if you can share the insight, that would be great.
Okay, sure. But I definitely, condition of satisfaction is not a so international and regularly used terms, very less used. Highly used will be these two terms. One is acceptance criteria, other one is a definition of done. When I say definition of done, which is explaining about what all a checklist we have to go through before we call some work is completed. There could be 5 or 6 bullet points. In that bullet points, one of that will be acceptance criteria. So acceptance criteria is given by the customer, saying that when a work is completed, these all things should work. A should work, B should work. Now, apart from acceptance criteria, we have documentation, knowledge transformation or translation, and we have some check-in, check-out of some of the code work in software, some of the final quality compliance checks. When these all completed, I will call a work is fully over. That's where DOD comes in. Now, condition of satisfactions. This, I don't see a word called definition of condition of satisfactions. I have seen definition of done. So conditions of satisfaction is a very generic term, which could be from the perspective of the customer. But honestly, I have not seen this read much in the books of Mike or any agile books. Let's go a little more up. You have one other question talking about condition of satisfaction. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, come down. Yeah, this question. Who determines, right? So when you say condition of satisfactions, see, it is so broader term as per me. When I see this question or explanation, we already have something called acceptance criteria, which is written by the product owner along with the team members. Let me also read what they say here. Condition of satisfaction is a criteria that is used to gauge the success of deliverables. Since the product owner has the ultimate responsibility of the project, the product owner provides a condition of satisfaction. Okay, it's from Mike Cohen book. Okay. As I read the term, I don't see the word definition of condition of satisfaction. That's why I said But the condition of satisfaction, it's so generic. I don't see as more agile or a term internationally used. I stick with the same dialogue. But I would say that if I want to say something, it could be little above than acceptance criteria to tell that when a work is completed, what all I would say as a satisfaction for the customer. But this can go back to Kano model. You remember Kano model? Kano model of a prioritization.
Prioritization,
Yeah.
right. Yes, yes.
There you will see something talking about people getting excited with some features delivered. People don't have any special happiness with some deliverables. So probably I will list down some of them which can tell me that, okay, when a work is completed, when I say work, a product is delivered, what all makes them to be super happy? That I can list down. But I will not take this as an acceptance criteria. I will not take this as a definition of done. Acceptance criteria is very specific on a feature. A button should work like this. It should be red in color. It should be up. It should be down. That's acceptance criteria. Definition of done says acceptance criteria should be met. Compliance should be met. Documentation to be completed. It is also very specific. Condition of satisfaction could be little above than that. That is my feel. Okay.
Okay. I think just 1 second. I'm just trying to add it. So here they mentioned in the release planning, the sequence they are mentioning is you determine the condition of satisfaction, then you estimate the story, then you select the iteration length, estimating the velocity, prioritize the user story, etc. etc. So it looked like a definition of done, just above the definition of done, right? I mean, looked like, or it's something related to near to the definition of done, right? Just in these.
Maybe I'll put it again. It is not an international term. What we see here, it is from Mike Cohen book. But you can tell this has a little above than all to say what makes a customer happy. But it is not an international agile terminology to say that condition of satisfactions. No, it is only acceptance criteria and definition of done or set there. If you want to talk at the product, I think I'm repeating the same dialogue again. When a product is delivered, what all can make a person to be happy or a customer to be happy? That could be derived. Okay, that's a point they're putting.
Okay, sure. Okay, I will ask at the end.
Yes, good.
Thank you.
All right, let's move to Puneet.
Hi, Shriram.
Hey.
So this is regarding my PMP exam. So I have scheduled on Wednesday my another couple of mocks I took it, which is coming around 68 and 70. So
cool.
That's now also I gave a mock which is around 70%. So I try to brush through almost all the logic, but right now my confidence with respect to the concepts which I know, like almost 90% certainty. But where I am a little struggling is some guesses where I'm trying to make it like something similar. That is where I'm kind of those 30% belong to that category, where the certainty is not actually clear. And most of the topics I don't really see something which I'm not aware, but I'm seeing that clarity is missing. So that is where I'm standing. So I'm thinking I will give an attempt on Wednesday.
Okay, not attempt, you have to clear the exam. So question here is how many full exams you have done so far?
I've done 3 in the past. You recommend me to take another couple more.
Okay.
So I've done that. Around 70 is where I'm hitting actually.
That's fine. That's fine. That's a good score to go to main exam. How is your time management?
I'm closing. I'm like almost close to that. Maybe a couple of questions or close to 4 or 5. Maybe I'm at risk, but otherwise I can able to go to 170.
Are you using the 10 minutes break after 60 questions?
Yes. Sure.
Okay, 2 10 minutes make you break and still you come close to the exam. That's fine. See, one thing we observed in the last few exams that people are taking here, they say that the main exam is maybe 1 or 2 level below with ShriLearning. So if you practice with the ShriLearning, you will find the main exam is at least 1 level down. What is the meaning there is? It may not consume this much of time than the main exam. You may get some more room for you to write the exam. But I never underestimate PMI anytime. Always you have to be a little careful on it. So your time is fine right now as you're close to the finish line, and your scores is also fine. Did we chat in the WhatsApp and I gave you any important points to read before last few days?
You had asked me to take a couple of mocks, so that I've done. So now
Okay. Give me a message in WhatsApp. I will give you some more bullet points which you have to go through.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have one question, but that is actually I got that essence, so no problem. I put it on chat, but I got that essence. So if you look at it, Shram, just
yeah. Can you read the question? Let's see. We'll get the answer.
Yeah. So, which of the following techniques can help a project manager review a supplier's internal work processes to ensure compliance to standards during the production of the deliverables? And here there is an assumption: all the given choices are available to the project manager. Considering the compliance, I chose audit is the best way to look at it, but it is saying inspection required by the buyer and supported by the supplier, if specified in the contract, procurement contract can be conducted. So that is what it says. So I was thinking, since I have all the options, audit is the best way to check their supplier compliance, but it is taking the first initial step and then go to that. Again, there is a linkage. So that is what I was thinking in those aspects. So how to be little more, accurate in terms of answering that. So that is where some tip will help.
Yeah, sure. See, two things we have seen. Inspection is on the product. What has been delivered. We inspect how they're delivering what I expected to deliver. When it comes to audit, it looks on the process side. Are we following the correct process to deliver something? Let me also see the question again. Which of the following techniques can help a project manager review a supplier's internal work process to ensure compliance to standards during the production of deliverables? It is purely a verification of the process, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what is the justification? Inspections required by the buyer and supported by the supplier. Yes, there's a deal they do. If specified in the procurement contract, can be conducted during execution of the project to verify compliance in the seller's work process or deliverables. Okay. During production of deliverables. Production of deliverables. So when the work is happening, when the execution is happening, you want to check the outcome. Okay. It is not only checking the process, beyond that.
It's about compliance also. That is where I was thinking.
Yeah. Compliance means, let's put this way, compliance means not only the parameters set by the industry, even your quality parameter comes under compliance.
Okay.
What are the compliances? You have to meet 6 Sigma standards. Okay. It is one of your compliance. You have to follow that. Imagine there is a medicine to be done for children at the age of 3 to 8. Some standards should be followed. Okay. These all part of it.
I've gone with the mindset because a lot of compliance since I've worked in healthcare. So I said, this is the best option. That is what we do. But then, okay, project management perspective, it's different.
Now, where I'm a little towards the answer is, if you see, they're asking, copy the question in the second sentence, which of the following techniques can help project manager to review suppliers' internal work processes? I agree. You have to check the internal process to ensure compliance to standards during the production of the deliverable. During the production is execution is happening, products start coming out. Now, you are checking that level where the work is happening. You have to follow the quality parameters, 6 Sigma standards, or you make sure the compliance things are good there. And they are inspecting the outcome, what has come there. That is the feel I'm getting, but I'm also a little bit on the audit side also, because when you say process, our brain usually thinks process will be audited. We want to audit the process. Are they following Six Sigma? At the same time, when they say deliverables coming out, we can verify that with the quality. When you say quality, in a Six Sigma, they say 3.5 products can be defective out of a million product, which is Six Sigma standard, 99.999.
Correct.
Now, when you inspect it, if it is 99.9999, which also includes that the team has followed the process, so we didn't slip the compliance, the quality is met, and we delivered it.
Since they're given another confusing assumption where all the options are available. So that is where I was not thinking in terms of that.
Yeah, that is available is different, right? You can change the contract saying that, guys, this is not correct. You can do this way. You can do performance reporting. So these all, it means like saying that in the table, everything is available. Okay, you can use it, whatever you want. Primarily, you can go either audit or inspection. Even I am looking at the answer, immediately when I see the process, my mind will go to audit. Since we are discussing, my brain is also thinking, why not it can be inspection, because a deliverable coming out which has to follow that compliance. That is where I'm looking for inspection. If not, even I will say it would be audit.
Okay, sure.
Like that.
So these kind of a little gaps I have, Shriram, where a certainty with respect to the choosing the right
gap.
product.
There's not a gap. It is a little tricky also, right? The question doesn't tell it's only process. Question doesn't tell only deliverable. They mix both together. So we should generally get which one is closest to us, we'll answer. So nothing wrong in it, what you've chosen. But after I'm reading or after we're discussing, I'm getting a feel could be inspection, because when the outcome is good, I'm fine, the process would have been followed. Yeah.
So I'll reach out to you for the tips, Shriram.
Oh, yeah, that you have to do. Maybe I can give right away. One thing you have to read is take a look of for the roles and responsibilities. Yeah. And recently, 2 people mentioned they got a math question in the exam. After 2 years, PMI gave a math question. And they asked PERT formula, PERT. You remember
we are
PERT?
confident, Shriram. So since you had given all those essence, so no problem.
Data distribution. Yeah, that came in, but nothing else. But I'm little looking at PMI. Slowly, they're opening the gate. Okay, no, so they'll start more mathematics going forward. I get a feel. Okay, that's the point. All right, good wishes and stay in touch. Message me.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, let's get to Sri Ranjani.
Hi, Shriram. I'm just presenting the screen. Let me know if you're able to see.
Sure.
Visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay. This question basically on upon conducting a risk identification process, Yasser recognized a technical risk in this project, thus he planned contingency for it. Planning contingency reserves is a part of which response strategy? I did select this first, but later I thought because it is already planned contingency, I opted for a mitigation. So my question here, basically, I saw this answer, the reason, and I feel it's fine, but my question to you right here on this is, how do I identify or understand by the question whether it is a mitigation or an acceptance criterion?
Okay. First you accept this as a risk, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Nice. And you read the risk chapter once?
Yes, I have.
Okay. There are few ways of risk response strategy. Like are you aware of risk response strategies given there?
Yes.
Some would be avoiding the risk.
Avoiding escalations.
Right. Mitigation. Yes. You all do those factors. Very good. Now let's go to the justification. Let's see what you understood from there.
It says risk acceptance acknowledges the existence of the threat, but no proactive action is taken. Okay, I think this is the one they're talking. This strategy may be appropriate for low priority threats, and it may also be adopted where it is not possible or cost effective to address a threat in any other way. Acceptance can be either active or passive. The most common active acceptance strategy is to establish a contingency.
Okay.
So basically, they're saying to establish a contingency, which they're talking here, is an active risk acceptance.
Okay. Active acceptance. So active acceptance is you know that this risk is going to happen, for which you take an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have a passive as well. What does passive means?
No action.
Just keep quiet. Okay.
You identify the risk and live with the risk, but you don't take any action. Right?
Okay. Okay. Further continue reading that.
Including amounts of times, money, or resources to handle the threat if it occurs. Passive acceptance involves no proactive action apart from periodic review of the threat to ensure that it does not change significantly.
Very good. So you just now understood or read in the Rita book also, you would have read the term called active acceptance, passive acceptance. Is that correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Active means you say you take some action. Passive means you just keep quiet, it's going to happen. Have you somewhere read active risk mitigation?
No.
So when you say active acceptance, by active acceptance, what you do is either you mitigate it or you would avoid it. That is a strategy you will write. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So a term which is not really aligned here, what you're reading there. So you can tell passive, you can tell active for accepting. But actively you can't mitigate it. You accept it. Under acceptance, yes, you will think, okay, I know this is a risk, accepted. Let's do a strategy which could be something on reducing the probability of risk happening, or increase the probability of risk happening, or totally stop the probability of the trigger of the risk happening.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? You stop the trigger itself. What is a trigger? If this touches A touches B, risk will happen. I will even make the A not available there itself. That is avoiding totally. A will touch B. If it touches, I'll try to reduce the probability of the intensity or something, right? So you actively accept what to do, but you will not do active risk mitigation. That is not a term.
Okay. Yeah. Got that.
It?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
That's the only. Thank you.
Perfect. Good. Let's move to Maulik.
Yeah, hi Shri. Let me share my screen.
San Francisco Bridge, sun rising behind you.
It's just a background.
Good background.
Okay. Are you able to see?
Visible with question 32, 33, 34.
Yeah, so 33 number. Agile team need to decide who should represent them in Scrum of Scrums.
Very good.
Which option should be used to select the best suited team member? So the answer is DevOps, and the explanation is DevOps is designed to eliminate the potential impediments and gaps that cause incidents in the cycle of development, deployment, and use of software and IT resources. But I was not able to make out how with this explanation the answer could be DevOps, which can help the team to select a member to represent them in Scrum of Scrums.
Question and answer are totally different.
Okay.
A question. An agile team needs to decide who should represent in the Scrum of Scrums. Very good. When you say who should represent, someone could be a role. A product owner, scrum master, team member, development engineers.
Right.
Why should they represent? It means they have to carry some impediments and blockers or any need with the other team members. But DevOps is it's a philosophy, it's a way of working, and that may not be a representing person. It's a concept, right? I completely doubt this question. So copy this question, pass it to support at ShriLearning.
Okay.
We will verify it and fix this problem.
Okay. And as a part of answer, it is written XP and Scrum would not address coordination with operations. So does it mean that Scrum of Scrums is a kind of operation or no?
No. Scrum of Scrum is, by the way, you are doing for PMP or ACP?
PMP, but I have not yet read the Agile practice guide yet. I'm still with
Okay,
Rita.
very good. Very good. No problem. That there also you won't get much details.
Okay.
But is this a question from PMP paper or you clicked Agile
PMP?
paper?
No, PMP only. PMP only.
Okay. So now, when you say XP and Scrum would not address coordination, first Scrum of Scrum is a team of cross-functional team members, which could be, let's say you have a Scrum Master, team members, developers. All these people will work together on one particular team. Now imagine you have a product. Let's say imagine there is a loan processing system in a bank. A loan processing system in a bank cannot be done by one team. You may need at least 5 teams, 4 teams work together.
Yes, multiple
but each
teams.
team will have its own functionality to develop and do something. Now, but this team has to collaborate. This team has to discuss regularly. How do they discuss? For that reason, we have something called a Scrum of Scrums. Now, what they do in Scrum of Scrums is they bring more people and discussion points together. Maybe I'll quickly show you how does it look like.
Yeah.
You will get some idea. You can stop sharing. Quickly, I'll show you how does it look like.
Okay.
Okay. So that benefited many people. Boo. You see your screen what I'm sharing?
Yes.
All right. This is one I picked for Scrum of Scrum. A lot of Scrums will be there. By the way, you understood there is one team. Okay. Team A.
Yes.
Team B. Team C. And this team is working on one particular functionality.
Right.
In the same product or a same project, we may have one team working on a functionality A, other person has functionality C. However it is, there could be some dependency between these two people. Is it possible?
Yes, I got your point. I think
All
for
right.
collaboration perspective, there is a common forum, which is Scrum of Scrums, where representative will come from each team.
So what will happen is when there is a need and dependency between them, when there is some impediments, when there is some blockers, when there is some functionality which they have to talk to each other, they bring representatives here. And these representatives could be anyone, but usually they bring somebody called SM. Who is SM? Could be a Scrum Master.
Scrum Master.
Or sometime needed, we can bring product owner. By discussing here, what we are trying to do is we're going to resolve some issues between them. DevOps is something, a concept, something, a philosophy or a way of working, which will integrate all these people together needed. But I don't think DevOps can be a representation. It is going to contribute because if I want to merge, if I want to connect all this work together, DevOps could help me. But I don't think that can be representing. Let me also look at the question, what you shared. Then we'll take a call. Okay.
Okay, sure. And,
all right, that's good.
Another question I was having that.
You have another question? Yes, please.
Yeah, just about that. Okay, this I did not understand how the answer should be derived. The question is the key project's resource is discussing the complexity of project deliverables with the project manager 2 weeks before the kickoff call. The resource expressed nervousness and concern regarding the deliverables. The project manager wants to ensure that the deliverables are realistic. So what is the appropriate action to take? And the answer is implement a feasibility study and then assess and review the results of that feasibility study to derive the deliverables which are realistic. Now, I chose this one, start to identify threats and preventive actions by performing risk assessment. But frankly speaking, on this also, I was not sure. Even I was thinking, could it be issue log or could it be risk assessment? But the answer came something totally different. It's a feasibility study. So, then
in the question, is there any key term capture your eye?
The kickoff call has not happened yet. That is one thing. And and
that's a good thing. What you got is a good thing. First, what is a kickoff?
Before project starts, it's a kickoff to include all stakeholders and awareness about the project, how we will go through. Yeah.
So what you mean here is the project has not started. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. When the project is not started, now go to your answer D.
Okay, so when the project itself is not started, there is no point in risk assessment. You mean to
Of course,
say,
right?
right?
Of course, right?
And
See,
there is no
when
issue
a
log also.
resource shows a lot of nervousness, I respect that nervousness.
Yes.
What I mean by respecting that is, what if what the person has thought could be a high risk to the system or a product? Why don't
Yes.
we do a feasibility study, a business
Yes.
case study? Is it really worth to get into this project right now? Or maybe I need another 6 months time to improve my technology, my team. Rather I do it right now, it may be a good failure. If you have started the work, maybe the first day of the project, I can do identification, prevention actions. Even before that you can do, but what you're going to prevent right now? Because you're not even kick-started your work. And there is a good chance your project will fail very heavily. Rather, I can understand in the beginning itself by feasibility. You can do D, I'm not denying that.
Okay.
But A looks more better choice to respect the team members' nervousness, to understand why so.
Okay. Okay. One thing, ShriRam, issue log creation will happen at which stage? I mean, from where
There
it
is
should
no
start?
stage for it. As
Okay.
you know, you can keep in mind or write it down somewhere.
Okay.
A risk is a future event which
Right.
may happen. Tomorrow it will rain. Is a risk. Tomorrow it may rain. So what
Right.
do you do? Tomorrow, if it's going to rain by 4 p.m., I may be a little prepared. So I may go to the store by 3 p.m. itself. That's a risk handling.
Okay.
Issue means it's raining right now.
It already happened.
Or
Okay.
something now happening which you don't know, or
Okay.
you know, but you cannot handle now. It is happening right now, issue.
Okay. So even before kickoff also, a issue log can be in place or no?
Could
No.
be,
Oh,
but doesn't
okay.
make more value there because we didn't even start the work.
I got it. Yeah. And the risk assessment, like if the project
You do.
management plan has been prepared, then risk plan will also be part of it. So that could exist, right?
The moment you prepare a project charter, that time itself, you will have all this stuff. In fact, when a kickoff happening, you may have already identified key high-level risk.
Okay.
In fact, the person, a key project resource is discussing the complexity of project deliverable. That itself a risk already identified.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I know risk is there, but the action they're expecting, the question is what you will do with that. It is not about identifying what you're going to do that. One of that is do some feasibility study, do a POC, proof of concept.
Okay. Got it. There is more value in this answer. Like there is some concrete action which can resolve it.
D also can be done. I'm as I said earlier, I'm not denying D can be done, but more than that, the most effective on this point of time is do a POC or a feasibility or a hypothesis to see is it really worth getting there.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Got it. Got it. Thanks. Thanks, Shri.
Perfect. Let's move to next person. We have Nidhi. Hey, Nidhi.
Hi, Shriram.
Yes.
So I have 2 questions on today's mock exam. I'll quickly share my screen. So hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
So Shriram, the first one was question number 3. So wherein the question was you are adopting a predictive life cycle for a high-tech device project you are managing. When a critical key stakeholder requests you to add a new feature to a scope, what should you do next? So I understand like there are 2 focus points here. One is the predictive and one is the critical key stakeholder. But still, I had read this detailed, like the reason for the answer, which is A, like to issue a change request. But what I still feel is like whenever there is any changes to the current scope you are making, you should have an alignment with the project sponsor at the initial stage. So that was the thought process. I selected C. But is this approach like without informing the project sponsor?
You're right. You have to align with the sponsor. No one deny that. How do you think issuing a change request is disrespecting the sponsor? Why do you think they're like that?
It's like, but the option is like there is a different option also, right? Inform the project sponsor. So if it would have been a different option, like then it would have been understood like if he is issuing a change request, it is in alignment with the sponsor. But here there are two different answers which the options are providing. So that was not clear.
Okay. What you discussed now, what you answered now, is it on your assumption or is it based on a book reading knowledge?
It is on my assumption.
Right. When you read the book of management on PMBOK or Rita, how a change management works. Whenever a change comes in, first you issue a change request, which means you record the change. You record there is a change has been asked. Now this change request has to go through a system called CCB. Have you heard about CCB?
Yes, change control board.
Okay. Now a question to you. Who all will be part of this change control board?
The person responsible for making the change, the sponsor may also be a part of that. Yeah.
Okay. Now you got the answer.
Yeah.
So when a change request has been issued, it goes through the system called CCB. In CCB, you will have a project manager, project sponsor. Not every time the person who spend the money, it could be an immediate next team member also. Not every project has external sponsor, could be internal sponsor also. So there is some key person. On top of that, some engineers could be there or key people will be there. Now the message here is in a predictive model, we have well-planned project. So we have to go through the process of checking, is this change really valuable? If it is valuable, then we go for it. But who decides valuable or not? Along with the sponsor, everyone is there. On top of that, after this change has been accepted or rejected, it has been written down in a place called a change log, LOG log. In the change log, we write down when the change came in, what happened to this change, is it accepted or rejected? And this document is shared through communication portal or channel to all the key people. So there is no disrespect to sponsor here. This is the way of working in a well-predicted model. This is what we learned in our class. This is what in the books as well. So yeah, if you go by that, you should go by change request.
Yeah, got it.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
And one more question.
One thing again, not only for this is a question from Nidhi, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what called a gap analysis in a question. Many times we answer the question by our assumption and it goes wrong. When we analyze it, we have to look, did I answer this question by my own thought process or am I answering this by knowledge what I gained? When you see these two things, that's called gap analysis. In a question of a 40 question, 20 question, if you answer by your assumptions, chances are many wrongs will be there. Now, if we correct that area alone, if tonight you're going to sit and read CCB, what it is, next time anything on change management, you will answer correctly. Your gap has been filled. Nidhi, I'm not pointing you. I'm saying that it's as an example, this is called gap analysis.
Sure.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So the next one is question number 30. So here they are asking like a new project team is setting early priorities and they plan to gain the customer's trust by delivering value as quickly as possible. Team member C mentions that they have worked with the project sponsor on the other projects. How should the project manager connect these two facts and create an advantage for the project team? So the answer which I discussed with the team member C has a conflict of interest in order to maintain an ethical standard. So since what the thought process behind this is, since a team member has already worked, so there might be a issue related to the conflict of interest or anything. So first, as the integrity aspect, the project manager should have that in mind. So that was the thought process I selected this. But the correct answer showing is like explore how team member C can use personal influence with the sponsor to increase the project's potential for benefit realization.
I know it looks a little crazy answer, but one question to you.
Yes.
Are we in project selection procurement area now? Or the project is already there and we are only working on prioritizing what to deliver?
A project is already there.
Okay.
We are, yeah.
So when you worry about the ethics Yes, we have to talk about it. But are you worried about we are doing any shortcuts here because you're choosing some vendor, you're choosing some project? Is it happening, this question?
No.
No. It is only about priorities. The question says that team member C mentioned that they are aware of this person. Let's imagine I'm doing one project with Meta or Facebook group. My team is already with the Facebook group. They know John already. They say, hey, I'm aware of John. Oh, that's nice. So it's a good known stakeholder. So what kind of stakeholder this person is? John is highly potential, highly knowledgeable, and he has a high power and high influence. Oh, wow. So we have to manage him closely. Yeah, that's right. So will you be, David, will you be happy to work with John closely on this to see that how can we make our project successful? Why not? I'll be happy to collaborate. So do you see any unethical thing happening here?
No.
Because the word says they know already, we started thinking from procurement management. Is it so? Our brain quickly went there?
Yes.
But they're looking for something on deliverables, which means project is already happening. If I know John already, it's a happy. I'm not doing any shortcut here. I'm not telling that, can I influence John so that I will not do 6 Sigma, I will do 3 Sigma. Since I know John, I will not deliver 3 products, I will deliver only 2 products. Am I doing something like that?
No.
No, right? So I'm seeing how can we collaborate it and make it as good. But I know where we are a little worried is answer says personal influence with the sponsor. That's where you're slipping down.
Yeah, correct.
But when you list down the list of stakeholders, when one of your team members says, I'm aware of John already, good for me. I'll start aligning him with that person. Provided, as you rightly said, I'll keep an eye on, is there any unethical thing happening here? Are we slipping away from the ground rules? Are we not following RACI, RACI matrix clearly? I will see those parameters.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
All right, let's jump on. Thanks,
Thank
Nidhi.
you. Thank you.
Let's go to Vinay. Vinay, how are you today? A lot of smile today. Looks happy day.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
And
go ahead. What's happening?
The way why I'm good. Today I given the exam in a very free-minded, not in a pressurized way. I used to give in previous examination.
Which means your family is not there. You're home alone.
No, they are all there.
You said no pressure. Then I felt somebody's not
pressure there. In the sense, exam pressure. You told once to me, Vinay, you give, sometime you go outside, come back with a free mind.
Okay.
So I use that approach.
Your wife is going to doubt every time this guy goes out somewhere and comes back.
No. She won't.
Okay, go ahead. So what is the performance today?
So if I look under the pressure, and this time I score around 60% with a more confident.
Nice.
I analyze the answers properly. Somewhere there was some misleading happens. I have close to the answer, but I skipped to the next part.
Very good.
But this time I feel very confident that yes, today my mind focused towards the answering part.
I can hear from your voice you're confident. Go ahead. What question you have?
First thing about my exam. So I have given 2 mock tests, full 180. And this time, first I got 48, very bad performance, but now it improved to 57%.
Very good.
There is some improvement is there. I fill that gap where I'm lacking there, fill that gap. And I'm analyzing this sheet, and what I analyzed means I have not completed till now. It is reached 200. I know the answers, but I did silly mistakes. I just move away from the concept. Okay. And secondly, last time I reached only 154 questions. Now I reached to 175 out of 180.
Improvement.
Yes.
Okay.
So I am doing this gap analysis again.
Very good.
I go back to the books. Parallelly, I'm reading the books also, which part they are referring to, which.
That's nice.
Where I missed that.
That's nice.
So I'm.
Good job. Good job.
So I'm trying to give third mock on Monday or Tuesday.
How many days we have for the main exam?
At 31st of March. But I didn't book the date, to be very honest. And I didn't pay the amount also.
Okay, let's take one more exam. Then I'll let you know. Pass me the scores. Don't book now. Don't put a pressure.
No, I'm not booking.
Yeah, take the exam, third one. Let know. And the process looking good now because from 40 getting to 57 is a rapid high. Don't expect same will happen next time. Don't expect from here you'll go to 80%. No. There are some level after that. It takes super effort to go there. 65, 68 is a level people come. From there to 73 takes some effort. 73 to 76 is super effort. So it does not many get 75 above. Very rarely I get in a batch I get 1% or 2 batches I get 1% cross 75, 78. 80 I never seen. There is one lady who crossed 80, 83 one time so far. No one crossed that level because you can come up to 50, 55, 65, 67, 68. After that, it's getting super tough, which means you need more improvement on the gapping area. So you are good right now. Follow that pattern which you are following. It's your technique now. You have found a technique how to fill the gap, right? Same technique again apply. It may go to 63, 65. Okay, take one more exam. Share me the score. Then I'll tell you some more information what you have to do. Then we'll go for the main exam.
And what I observed this time when I'm analyzing the answer sheet, initial questions, I did a mistake, blunder mistake. No, I know that answer should be like that. But I take time to get acclimatized in that condition. After that, the answers are coming in the sequence part.
Yeah. I was telling to Avinash, right? Same point.
Yeah. So what I realize now, today, I told you I've said in a very free-minded. Now I can see the question properly. Means I am able to analyze the thing, the keeping the mind free. Just casually I came with the thing and start doing my.
Okay, that's good. Good. You're on the right path. So maintain the same path. Keep me posted.
So I have one question. I don't think today also I can able to share. That is a problem with my Apple thing. I'm just copying pasting the answers.
Yes.
Give me 2 minutes. Just give me some minutes. Yeah. So in the chat box, I have sent the question. The question is like that. You are managing a strategic initiative for your firm. While preparing for the executive monthly meeting, you have performed variance analysis and discovered that you need to take a action to get the project back on the track. In this situation, which of the following are true? So these are the options they have given. I choose the option variance analysis, compare the work performance to the project management baseline documents such as schedule, cost, and scope. And I choose D, change request may bring about correct. Okay, but they say answer A as a option A as a correct answer. Correction and changes due to the variance analysis finding can be made quickly using an agile project management methodology. So how come a second option will be correct? I didn't understand.
Now, what you're saying is which one you chosen?
I chose the last one.
Okay, but the answer went with the A.
Yeah.
But your doubt is on the B, is it so?
I have a doubt on A. B is my correct answer. Based upon B, I choose D as a second. But they are telling A is the second answer. Means how come a agile approach is coming when we are looking for variance?
Okay, let's first understand the question. You are managing a strategic initiative for your firm. Very good. While preparing for the executive monthly meeting, you have performed variance analysis and discovered that you need to take action to get the project back on track. Okay, this happens in the project. When you say back on track, look like we are behind schedule, we are over budget, quality is somewhere slipping. Can we keep it like that? Will you keep it like that? Let's see the first answer. Corrections and changes due to variance analysis findings can be made quickly using an agile project management methodology. Okay. It could have been without even agile methodology. They could have said that corrections and changes could bring it back, but they use the word agile methodology. Let's keep it as it is. The reason I felt is they use the word quick. When they say quick reflex, sometimes we think for agile. Let's keep it as it is.
Okay.
Punya, you can put your hands up so know that we have a question, right? So we'll come back to your question. Meantime, I will see the second answer. Variance analysis compares the work performed to the project management baseline documents such as a schedule, cost, and scope. Okay. The project sponsor is responsible for ensuring corrective actions are taken to get the project back on track. And here the question is not who will ensure. So C is out. Okay. Change request may bring about. That's a whole line itself. You have anything missed out?
Let me check. I think I missed something in this. Corrective action. Last is after that corrective action is there.
Change request may bring about corrective action.
Yes.
Corrective action. Possible. Corrective action, defect repair can happen. Okay, I'll stop here. Now you made two choices. What are two choices you made?
I made option B and option D.
B for Bangalore, D for Delhi.
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay, very good. Why you thought B is an answer is because of variance analysis, you compare.
Yes.
And you find what all the baselines to be corrected. Okay. Okay. Why you thought D is the right answer?
See, if I tell you very frankly, I did an assumption in this. Okay. And secondly, if I didn't do a change request, then how can I go for a corrective action? But corrective action will be, first we will look for the impact of that change and we will decide what we have to do. After that, we will go for the change request for the corrective action, preventive action, or risk defect. That will get approved by the CCB, and then we will update this in the risk register.
Yeah. I don't think you have to go that long.
No, I just brush up myself. My assumption goes wrong, but ideally it should be the project D should be there if I go with this. But I didn't understand why it is correlating with the option A, means agile methodology.
You're worried on agile methodology, but are you getting the sense that we have to bring it back to the track, right? The question is asking.
Yes.
You have performed variance analysis and discovered that you need to take action to get the project back on track. Which of the following are true? How to bring it back? Okay. When you say D is primarily talking about change request. Change request is there, but on what related change request? Change request could be for any reason, right? I don't know whether it is because of my behind schedule you're doing a change request. Change request could be from your sponsor, could be from your customer. Some change requests will come. So it's a bit more open statement. It's just telling change requests. Whereas when you read the A, corrections and changes due to, they're giving the reason, due to variance analysis findings. What could be variance analysis? CPI, SPI. Schedule performance index, cost performance index.
Correct.
Because of that, you are going to do some corrections.
Yes.
Because of that, you're going to do some changes. A will have a D as a subset.
Correct.
When A triggers, a D will happen. Okay.
Yes.
Now the question is, they're not worried about D will happen or not. They're worried about what action you will take, or they're asking which one is true here.
Yes.
When I say true, I should choose only two options. I cannot say D also is the right one. No, I can choose only two things which make sensible on this situation.
Right.
Correction and changes due to the variance. Variance is CPI is low, SPI is high or low. Something is happening. Where you got slipped is
because of the agile methodology.
Quickly using agile project management methodology. I'm sure this terminology not straightly fitting in there.
Yes.
But as we talk more about a hybrid model, as we talk more about a quick reflex. So now when you look at this model of correction can be done faster, we can go for that. If not, it is an attachment which is not fitting there. So you will feel that we are talking about change management. We are talking about corrective actions. Then why agile comes in?
Yes.
But for your information, In Agile project also, we can go behind schedule. Is it possible?
Possible.
In Agile project also, I can go budget over budget. Is it possible?
Yes, when we are not doing a prioritizing the events properly.
Right. Yes. So they didn't mention anything there to tell you that it is a well-planned work, right? And you should not use Agile. Nobody says that. So this question could be liking to see, are you a person who can be a hybrid? Are you a person who can take some action faster, quickly? But the point is, key in the question is correction and change due to variance. That's a very important thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's the only thing. Now let's see the second answer. Variance analysis compares the work performed to the project management baseline documents such as schedule, cost, and scope. Okay. Now you will tell that in Agile projects, do I have a baseline? In Agile project, do we have a baseline?
According to the Agile triangle, the scope is variable and cost and schedules are fixed.
Yeah, you don't have a sharp baseline like a predictive model.
Correct.
But you will have a release idea. You will have a vision with you.
Okay.
This question, even though it looks so good to tell, variance should be checked and then took a decision. The word agile is hitting us back. Because of that, you went to the answer D. By answering this, I'm feeling that the question is tempting you where you can fit in agile. You cannot tell that I will be away from agile. Rather, I will tell my board of directors are asking me what is the state now. They're asking me how you will recover it. There you are bringing your agility of quicker changes, your reflex. In that sense, I feel A can go in. If not, answer B is clashing. In agile, you will not form the baseline.
Yes.
Okay. So B will start clashing.
Because
so
of this agile, the agile, what I can say word, make me to move towards the D and take my assumption D as a correct answer. Because first correction action will be taken, then only we will go for CCB.
That's right. That's right. But why I didn't go with the D is change request may bring. I know, but what triggers a change request? I don't have the information. So there I'm a little worried on the D part. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Good question to be debated.
So, yeah. So what I will do, my takeaway is that by Monday or Tuesday, I will give third mock, share the result with you.
Perfect.
And then whatever the suggestion given by you, I will follow that one.
All right, let's move on. Thanks, Vinay.
Thank you.
I have 4 more people waiting. Thanks, guys, for waiting a long time. Gautam, Harpriya, Pallavi, and Prithvi. Quickly, we'll go to Gautam.
Hi, Shri. Good evening. So, I don't have specific questions actually, but I have booked my exam on April 26th.
Very good.
But I have given one mock exam also. I have scored 64%.
Very good.
But as I'm attending weekly tests, so I thought like at least like 5 or 6 questions may be repeated in that entire mock.
Nice.
So even though after eliminating that also like maybe worst case scenario, I'm expecting 60% in that entire mock. So only question is like today is the last day where I can change my exam date or not. That is where I'm stuck at.
Answer is don't change the date. 64 is a very good start. Okay. So have you did analysis of 180 questions?
Yes, Sri. Somewhere I'm lagging at Agile concept. I have gone through only Rita only and Agile practice guide. And I didn't go through Mike Griffith's anything actually. I didn't
not
read anything.
Fully needed, honestly, not fully needed. If you know base of Agile and in Rita 10, if you observed some Agile, that is sufficient.
Okay.
Sufficient, but needed, you can read some topics from Mike Griffith.
Any specific chapters, Shri, from Mike Griffith?
Now, quick ask to you, have you completed reading Rita 10th edition fully?
Yes, I have
Very
completed.
good. Very good. And Agile practice scale fully?
Yes, I have completed.
This itself should cover everything. If you want to read little more, you can read something chapter 3 and 4, which primarily talks about stakeholders and team members in Agile. I'm talking
Okay.
in Mike Griffith, chapter 3 and chapter 4. Both are pure people handling in Agile. The more you read people handling in Agile, chances are you may clear more questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Good. And don't change the date. Date be as it is. 64 is good. Let us start tuning from here. Even if you can touch 71 or 73, that's sufficient. Don't worry that you have to get 75. Try. If you get, I'm happy. If not, also don't worry. You're on the right path.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Let's go to Harapriya.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Sir, I'm sharing my screen.
Sure.
Sir, question number 20.
Okay.
Leila is assigned to, one second. Leila is assigned to lead a new project that requires to adaptive method. Okay. Therefore, she enrolled in course to learn how to tailor the project management approach using the combination of Agile principles with other more predictive techniques. Regarding her own personal development, which aspect of the PMI talent triangle is Leila particularly addressing here? So I selected strategic and business, but yeah, the correct answer is technical.
Okay, so first, what is in talent triangle? What are 3 things in talent triangle?
Strategic and business and leadership.
Strategic and business. One side is leadership, other side is a technical. When you say technical, what is inside technical? Are you aware of it?
Technical. No, can you explain?
Okay, so okay, as I said a little time back, this answer by you read or this answer by assumption?
I read little bit knowledge I'm having.
Little bit knowledge, okay. As per you, what the technical mean?
Technical means okay.
Okay, technical means did you thought something on technology?
No, also I'm a non-agile. Technical means also for me some methodologies.
You're right, close to that. Go ahead.
So I think some methodologies are some predictive already procedure.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let me help you. A talent triangle in the basement will have strategic and business alignment, which is nothing but understanding why we do this and what is our domain. And if it is finance, what it is finance. You learn more on the business benefit of why we do this. On the left or right, you will see something called leadership. Leadership talks more about people parameters. When I say people parameters, leadership on team formation or servant leadership, or you understand more about conflict management or negotiation skills. When it comes to technical, here comes your agile knowledge, non-agile predictive knowledge. There comes something on schedule management, cost management, scope management. You understand some of the technical ways how to handle a project. Okay, these are 3 things. Now look at the question again. Let me know which 2 things you already see in the screen. Laila is assigned to lead a new project that requires adaptive methods. Can you read it again?
Leila is assigned to lead a new project that requires adaptive methods. Therefore, she enrolled in the course to learn how to tailor the project management approach using the combination of Agile principles with other more predictive techniques. Okay, already techniques are available. Predictive. Okay, regarding her own personal development, which aspect of the PMI talent triangle is Leila particularly addressing here?
Have you got the question now?
Which aspects regarding her own personal development? Oh, she is using, she is learning technical. Okay.
Wait, I'll help you. How to read a question. When you read a question, first you have to know who is targeted here. We
Leila.
clearly know that Laila is targeted. What is the role of Laila?
She is lead.
Leading the project. Leading a project. Very good. Now, actually, the core of the question is in the second sentence. Now, read the second sentence in the question again.
She enrolled in a course to learn how to tailor the project management approach using a combination of Agile principles with other more predictive techniques.
Okay, leave it here. Now, she is learning something, how to do something on a project like planning or agile factors. Now, I explained to you what is in the talent triangle. One I said strategy and business, other one I said leadership, other one I said technical. In which area I said that they will work on schedule, scope, agile, other parameters?
Agile.
No, technical. So here the point here is when we read a question, you have to look out who is being targeted and what is the right ask. Okay. This kind of question, it's purely the PMI specific question because they're talking PMI talent triangle. You won't read it in all over your life. But this is part of one of our class. We discussed about what is a talent triangle, or it's also in the book. Now, this is called a gap analysis. As I said sometime back with the Nidhi also, I was putting the same thing. I'm not pointing to, I'm just telling that sometimes or many places, we answer question by assumption. We may not know the right answer. So the right answer here, you can answer only when you know what is talent triangle. Only when you know what is under leadership, only under technical skills. So here the answer goes to technical skills because she has to learn about how to tailor it. If I'm using a predictive model, I have to move to adaptive model. I should know first what it is. Then only I can tailor it. That is the reason they ask her, she should learn technical.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, nothing wrong here, but you can just watch a little more carefully on the question. Sure, you'll get it.
Okay. Okay, thank
Perfect.
you.
Good. Thanks for the question. Let's go to Pallavi. Pallavi, where are you?
Oh.
Oh, Pallavi.
I'm here.
Yes. So Pallavi, you asked, you don't get the same question. Is it true?
No. I'm not. I'm having a different
question. Paper? Yeah, question keep shuffling with the people.
Yeah, question keep shuffling with the people. So the people who have shared the question today, those were not in my list. Yeah.
Yeah, we keep shuffling with each person. The question paper keeps shuffling. Yeah, please go ahead. We will quickly wrap up in another 5-6 minutes. We have to go to next session.
I am unable to share it.
You're using Apple, Orange, what kind of phone or computer?
I'm using, but it is asking me to quit and later, so I'll have to do the setting later. But I'm gonna paste it here, Shriram.
Okay, go for it and read the question. Meantime, Prithvi, Prince, I'll come to you in a couple of minutes. People have the question, please come on visible. It'll be nice to see face-to-face conversation. Here it is. Go ahead. What Dana is doing.
Project manager for clinical labs, a biopharmaceutical corporation. Now, Dina tried to convince her manager to obtain external resources for complex activities that her team couldn't perform. Now, these resources will roll off the project as soon as the activities are completed. So they will be out of the project as soon as. So I chose the answer. So resource, okay, the options are resource requirements for the planning activities. What her situation describes. So is she trying to resource requirement for the planning activities? Project manager interpersonal skills to acquire resource correction, staffing requirement to acquire the required resources, and resource pool description to define the resource requirement. I chose the option C because it's a staffing requirement. Now, staffing requirement, I feel we need the resources and there are external resources and they will be off from the project. So staffing model says that we need the people, we need the resources temporarily, and then they will be off from the project when we don't need them.
Okay.
But the correct answer is B, Shriram. B, it says project manager skills to acquire a resource. That's the correct answer.
So question is asking which of the following does the situation describe? They're asking a situation describe and you're explaining the situation saying that staff requirements to acquire. That's what situation you feel.
Yes.
Now I'll ask you to read the second sentence again. Read the second sentence again.
Dina tried to convince her manager. Okay, so
Hold on,
she's trying
hold on,
to convince.
hold on there. Hold on again. Tina tried to convince her manager. For convincing for what?
Yeah, convincing to get the external resources.
Right. This is a situation. Now, for this situation, what answer will go?
Got it. I got my answer.
Ooh.
It's
So situation, that's a right keyword. When you read that, that's a question.
yeah, what could be done?
Yeah,
but
what you said is right. Staffing, no one deny that. But that's not a situation. That is a detail. But what situation? Situation is convincing happening. That's a situation.
Thank you.
Got it. Good. Let's go to Prithvi. Prithvi.
Hi, Shriram.
Hey. Yes.
Shriram, actually today I have again first full mock.
Very good.
I got 62.
Amazing start.
So I'm planning to give, I mean, I have already paid money, but I haven't booked the date.
Whom you paid the money?
Sorry, PMI.
PMI.
Yeah.
You said paid the money. I don't know whom you paid. Okay. PMI you paid and you're going to book the exam.
Yes. So
very good.
Shall I think about April 4 in between April 14 to April 20?
Highly possible, provided you will take another 4 exams in another 10-15 days.
Yeah, definitely I will.
Okay, do that. And are you analyzing all the questions after the exam?
No, I mean I have completed just before this session, so I will do that. Yeah.
Please do. Keep in mind you should cross 68 at least.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you have to do the gap analysis to understand. Today you found what is the gap, how we are discussing here.
Yeah.
The gap analysis you have to do properly. Understand that. Improving it will make your scores go high. And you will also tune some of the knowledge area. Some of the areas you're not aware of it, you will tune it. So next 2 weeks, you will work aggressively. Then you'll go to the exam.
Sure. If I want to contact you about, if I want to read it again, as you said that stakeholders, resources chapter, and communication, these 3 are most important, right?
Important. Some agile topics also based on where you are lagging.
I have cleared the ACP exam in October.
Very good. Then you're fine. You're good to go. Then you should not be 62. By now you should be high.
Yeah, I need to check it once.
Okay. Check out where you're lagging.
Yes.
Because a person who did agile already should score more.
Sure.
Right? Good. Then you're all set. Move forward. Good wishes.
Thank you.
Mr. Prince.
Hi, Shriram. I'm just sharing my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Quick info. We will have another 5 minutes to wrap it up as we have to go to express. Yes.
It required only 2 minutes. Just before going to the question, right, I have a fundamental question where Agile, at any cases, do we require a CCB? There are 2 questions which have, like, the product owner is insisting a game-changing feature incorporated to current release. And also there is also a question like, there is a new change which to accommodate a recent technology requirement as a result of change in the market environment. So these both are agile, but the answer is basically they are saying a change requests need to be added to the product backlog.
That's a
is
good
it because
question.
of the sprint goal is changing or something? This is not my question, but just a general question I'm asking.
Yeah. See, one thing apart from the book says, yes, we have to go with the change. One thing we observe in the projects happening in the market, any major initiative or a change comes, which is shaking the vision of the product, which is changing the timeline of our release overall. We definitely go through this process of change control to see how this change will impact. As such, a CCP doesn't exist formally in agile companies, but when a change massively comes in, it goes through a process of project managers, delivery managers, sponsors. They sit and discuss, is this change worth doing now? What kind of timeline or cost impact it will bring in? Then they go for it. So it happens.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. That's great, actually. So now coming to the question. See, this is a question actually. A new project manager is assigned to ongoing agile project. The project is now starting its second 4th week iteration circle. The project manager finds there is a significant difference of opinion within the project team, leading to major setback for the project. So it is asking, what should project manager do in order to help overcome the difference and bring back the project back on the track? So the right answer is promote conversation among team member in upcoming review meetings to help to resolve the problem. But I selected allow the team to self-organize before the next iteration to solve the problem. So just want to know, self-organize is something basically we are looking for, right?
True.
Not see why.
That's true. But the situation is, if you look at the second sentence or third sentence, the project manager finds that there are significant difference of opinion.
Yeah.
So I agree that allowing is different. That's, you don't even allow. Team always self-organized. But significant difference is there. I believe we should do some sort of facilitation, some sort of workshop, some sort of team building, something you have to do. You have to promote conversation among team members in upcoming reviews, meetings to help solve. Yeah, trying to bring some gel there. After that, automatically C will happen. Isn't it? But that gel up part is with the manager. He or she has to do that.
Okay.
So that's what I expect. It's a human touch. It's a human touch needed there. That's what. Yep.
Okay. Sure.
All right. I have 2 more people hands up. Please share with the group. I know you waited for some time. I don't see these 2 hands already, so I couldn't count your time. I have to catch up for a quick other one. Get ready for the class. Is there anything burning here apart from questions, Pratik and Anant? Apart from questions,
a small thing. Actually, I'm really confused between 2 things. In what case we should, as a project manager, we should agree for a change request rather than going for a turnaround or a workaround? And in what case we can say no when someone is asking for a scope change?
What do you mean by turnaround?
Workaround. I mean workaround. Workaround in the sense, I have just read the RITA, and like I have in it is written that issuing a change request will be a last resort for a project manager. He should first analyze the condition. He should identify the workarounds, and then only he should give the change request. So that
makes sense, right? Why you should go for a change? You try any other way you can solve that problem alternatively. Change means what? Instead of A alphabet capital letter, you're going to make it small letter.
Correct.
You're going to find any other way we can maintain the same. That's a workaround, right?
So there was a question put by the Rahul in the group. So in that there was something like someone has recommended changes, and there were 2 options: issue a workaround or change request. So the answer was change request. So in that only I got confused in what condition we should go for change.
What you read, the concept is right. Question, let's analyze, understand why it is. Concept is clear. Is clear. It's very sensible that try not to change it. Let it be as it is.
Right.
Then that's the point. That's very clear. Question could be some words will be here and there. We have to see that why it is. Okay.
So fine. And then the second burning question is in what situation the project manager can say no to a scope change? If anyone is giving a scope change, maybe the key stakeholder as well.
Nobody will say no for a change. Change will be taken in, and the team has to decide whether we can say yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah? No one can say no. I cannot go and say no. We don't have that authority. We have to first understand, is a change valuable? Then
so just I was reading the scope chapter. So in that RITA, it has written that assume that project manager has the authority to say no whenever any change in scope comes. So that's why I got confused.
Not a good way of doing things. Change comes in, could be very good or bad. First, you have to analyze it before you say yes or no.
Okay, got it.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Super, Pratik. Anant, quickly.
Yeah, hi, ShriRam. Actually, see, when I given the 40 marks test in the initial sum of after reading the 3-4 chapters, it was going good. But when just I am completing the RITA, but it is some of means I am getting false answers for some answers. So is any
false answers? What do you mean false answers? It means going wrong.
Yeah, means going wrong. Yeah.
It possibly happens.
I just checked these some questions where I'm lagging. when I have to choose one or more, means two or more, two answers or three answers from the given options. These are the questions where it is straightforward, where concept and reading, after reading the Rita, these answers getting correct. But means there is some additional information given in the question, or there I'm making some confusion.
I understand. It happens. It's not only for you. Everyone has the same trouble.
Okay.
You will analyze it. You will read more. You will practice more. Which is not coming to you. You have to practice more. You drive car or bike?
Sorry?
You drive car or bike? Which one you drive? Car, bike?
Bike.
Okay. Have you started driving bike with a gear on the first day?
No.
How long it took for you? At least week, month?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All the time you put the wrong gear and the bike gives a big sound. Oh,
yes,
have you got it?
Yes.
You are in that stage right now. Your gear is giving oh. So you have to go and work out where you have to rhythmically put the gear properly. So you start learning it. You practice, you get it. How you had passion to drive a bike, same way you have to have a passion to learn how to answer the question.
Okay, fine. Great.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Super. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining. I know it's a pretty long journey today. I'll catch up some food before the class starts. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you in the session soon. Appreciate it. Next week, again, we'll catch up for the Q&A session. Keep learning so that we'll see how you are scoring or improving. Good wishes. See you all. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ram.